Hello, Genevieve. I'm so excited to be back with you today. As usual, we've got a beautiful letter to dive right into. So let's just dive right in and get started.
I'm ready and waiting, Heather.
Perfect. Okay. So this writer says at the subject line, gives us a little tease into what we're going to be discussing today. I get 10 times more matches when I include my profession in my profile. I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Well, I think that's a really great and interesting, realization. It's kind of like
I'm curious as to what this person does.
I know. That's very intriguing. Okay. I feel like I'm an average looking man for my age. Wink. Literally. I run marathons. I walk at least 36 holes of golf every week, and I try to stay generally overall just healthy. I've tried a few online dating sites with minimum success. However, if I list my occupation, my matches increase significantly. I'm torn on if I should bring up my profession and its perceived income initially when I meet someone. On one hand, I want to meet someone like me, not just for my title. On the other hand, I'm aware employment and financial security are not only attractive to women or some women, but maybe one of the most important things they're looking for at this stage in their life. Okay. Well, what a big tease that you're not telling us what you do.
Well, I'm curious. I was thinking he's either a multimillionaire businessman or he's a fireman.
Right.
I was thinking could be one way or the other.
Exactly. Or a surgeon or right. Like, obviously this man has a profession that is something that he strove probably really hard to get to and achieve and makes great money. So
I think it's more money orientated than anything. He gave a few hints, didn't he, that this was money related. Right. And I think, if you can't be your authentic self, then you're never going to attract an authentic partner. Mm-hmm. But as we say to a lot of our clients, our more affluent clients, is when you work with us as a matchmaker, we kind of protect that and that integrity, which we do. And once someone really gets to know you, then you can divulge a little bit more. So perhaps saying what sector he works in rather than giving too much else away. It's a subtle hint rather than, I don't know if he's a managing director, if he's a vice president, if he's an owner or entrepreneur or of some sort of level that would make people think, ka-ching, money. Right. And those money magnets go to him. So I think someone like that needs to allude to what they do without saying too much. So the right type of woman would think, there's some curiosity there. I'm going to dig a little bit deeper, but he just needs to protect himself in this situation. If he's someone who's perhaps had a lot of women who are attracted to him just because of the financial side. And he says he's a good looking man. He keeps himself fit. Fantastic. I'm sure once they're in, but he doesn't want to lead financially. Right. And anyone who has a financial secure, wealthy income, they should never lead financially, because I think that gives mixed messages in the whole dating game. You never know if someone likes you for you or for what you've got or what you can give somebody.
I like that you're still embodying, the profession that you've worked hard for, but really making it a little bit more general and allowing that education about who you are and what you've accomplished to be something that you sit down and share with somebody you feel is the right person to share that with. I like that. You're not withholding information. You're just sharing a more general, profession or targeted thing about you. One thing I also think about, and this is a little less of him specifically, but and a little bit more of the online dating culture. What I find is that people tend to represent all parts of them in their dating profiles online, really trying to say, please understand who I am. Please, here's a glimpse. Here's all of this. But I wonder if this man might do well with looking at what we always evaluate, Genevieve, in matchmaking and coaching, is really having a hard look at his values and what is most important so that that is represented. If his career is the most important value in his life, then why not have his profile reflect that? but it kind of seems like he's really passionate about movement. And yeah, I get a little mixed message, even just hearing what he's doing and who he is.
And I think you're right. And online also, the fact that he was saying he gets a lot more attention when he says what he does. What I'm thinking is he after lots of attention, or is he just after meeting the one? Because that's one of the things with online is you can get sucked into that attention seeking. Next. It's a conveyor belt. Right. And I remember once doing something with an online program, and it was all about, it was a radio show. And we were having listeners call in to say how many people were liking them. And some people were saying, oh, I've had about 2,000 people in the last 2 months.
Whoa, baby.
It's become overwhelming. I can't keep up with it. So I'm not looking or talking to anybody. So actually, what I would encourage people is less is more.
I love that.
Because it's a bit like going shoe shopping. We know all about shoe shopping, Heather.
Yes.
It's a bit like going shoe shopping. If you want to go and find a pair of red shoes, there's less choice out there of red shoes. So you're more likely to come back with a pair of red shoes. If you were going out to buy a pair of black heels, you probably would come back with nothing because there's too much choice. It's that paradigm and paralysis of choice. So I think one of those things is when you're paralyzed by choice sometimes, and it's the same with dating, don't measure your success online by how many people have liked you. And actually, I think one of the other things I say to people all the time is it's better to have fewer likes and be putting off the wrong types of people and really home in on those that are quality connections rather than quantity of connections.
Right. It is very difficult to be somebody that has worked hard for what they have, that really invests in their physical health, their emotional health, their career, their stability, and throw themselves out there into a cesspool of just every type of human being, right? The ones that are just beginning their journey of accomplishing what he's accomplished all the way to. So I think, how do we help this guy take control of his love life? What do you think that we should?
Well, he's a prime candidate for matchmaking, but of course,
that's kind of what I was hoping you would say.
Being honest,
I think so. You're at a stage in your life where you don't want to represent your inauthentic self, but you're, not sure how to grab the attention of people that have worked and invested in themselves just as much. You gotta take a look at your surroundings. You've got to take a look at the tool that you're using. So I think that. Yeah. I think that's just the best thing that we could suggest as a next step, honestly.
Yeah. And I think sometimes we get a lot of clients saying to us that they've tried online.
Yeah.
And online's been so overwhelming and it works for some people.
Right.
But it depends how much time you need to invest. Some clients have put hundreds of hours and only got maybe 1 or 2 days with totally the wrong people. Right. So, I think they then value what we do and the proposition that we have as matchmakers. So I think when you're dating, you have to have an open mind and an open heart.
Absolutely.
But you have to show up as yourself.
Right. I think that
and if you can't show up as yourself, you need to question what you're doing and why you're doing it.
Yeah. And like you said, if it's time for playtime to kind of get that little bit of self-discovery and you want to get the confidence and the likes or something that you're enjoying and you're at that stage, know and embrace that and live in that, right? So I think it's just your goals and the direction you'd like to take your dating journey with intention, right? So I love that. Yeah.
We always say date with purpose.
Absolutely. Yes. Well, perfect. I think that is great. And gentlemen, if you're listening, letter writer, and you want to kind of discover a little bit more about how we can help you and, protect your heart and kind of do all of that, filtering out for you and qualifying. That's what we do. That's why we're here. So go to matchmakingcompany.com to discover more about us. We'd love to have a chat with you. And Genevieve, of course, I love sharing time with you and our audience. If you love hearing from us and hearing our words of wisdom or attempts at such, please subscribe, like this video so we can keep on making content for you. Thank you so much, Genevieve.
You're welcome, Heather.
Talk to you
Until
again
next time.
Absolutely. Bye.